Warning, this review was filmed before Jared left to Austin, Texas, and hit the fan. He is calm, innocent, and unaware the state the world is in. What's going on, movie fans? Welcome back to JBuck Studios, your home for reviews, reactions, and ridiculousness. Anyways, though, we're not doing a new release today. I was sitting at home, flipping through Netflix, and this 2018, I guess maybe 2019 film popped up. Read the synopsis, and I was like, man, I'm on board for this. And it's called Freaks. Locked inside the house by her father, 7-year-old Chloe lives in fear and fascination of the outside world. However, Chloe soon learns that the truth isn't so simple, but the danger is very real. So is Freaks a hidden gem that came out a couple years ago that you have to check out? Let's find out. But before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of Freaks. If you've actually already seen this film, you're on top of the game, or now you're very much intrigued to check out this film. Now let's get into some of the good. So again, this was, I think, a little bit under the radar film. I think it came to TIFF and a couple other film festivals in 2019. But yeah, completely under the radar, very low budget, but interesting concept in this movie. And I think that going into this movie kind of almost the intrigue, the story, the almost world setup. I'll get into the world setup later, but kind of what this movie does really grabbed me. I'm a big fan of mystery and thrillers, and that's kind of how this movie starts off. It's this mystery thriller, and then it almost does this genre bend. I wouldn't say it's as intense as Parasite, but does bend into some different kind of genres, almost a family drama, borderline a heist. I'm not going to say anymore because it goes places that I didn't expect, and I was very much on board for. This was a ride of a movie. And now throwing in the world with the story setup, what the directors, filmmakers did for this movie is almost leave these little tiny breadcrumbs building up to a world that you're not familiar with, you don't know, because it's very much kind of centralized in this one home. It's almost this claustrophobic feeling, and it's the unknown. You're given pieces 2 and 3, and you haven't a damn clue what 1 and 4 are, and you're trying to piece it together. So yeah, the story structure and the world setup of all of these different aspects of something has happened, people are trying to go after this something, and I'm sorry for being vague, but going into this movie with the least amount of knowledge is probably the best way to watch this movie. And it's those little touches that I really appreciate, it's those passing lines in conversation, it's the maybe drawing on the fridge in the background, and then also they do a nice, interesting thing where the camera is also, I believe they used a shaky cam or handheld, where it feels like you're a third character, or you're seeing it from the point of view of one of the characters in the film. But also they do this interesting thing with lighting where it's maybe there's hope and dream, like there's a sense of warmth and hope, but then there's also this blue lighting of kind of terror and fear and whatnot. So I like that little added touch. But the performances in this movie, again, a very small kind of, I would say indie feel, lower budget type film. It's Emile Hirsch, I believe, Bruce Dern, and Lexy Kolker, I believe that's the little girl's name. Again, not these big name talents. You know that they're from these other films, franchises and whatnot like that, but what they do in this film, and again, the little girl, Chloe is her name in the film, she is the lead role in this movie, and I thought she did actually a surprising job. When it opens on the film with a young little girl, I was like, I am not in for this movie, because unfortunately, I've been burnt by films that have a younger lead, because they just aren't there to emote and whatnot. But the relationship and conversations between Chloe and her father Henry, or Chloe and this Bruce Dern character, it is actually very intriguing. Again, so it's engaging, it's intriguing, and I think there's a lot of facets in this Freaks movie that are fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed Freaks. If I had to knock it for something, I would say, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, because you want to know what is going on. Also, maybe a little bit lower budget feel, and some of the instances of where they take the plot maybe seems a little drastic, a little out of question. It seems like it maybe goes from 2 to 10, just like that. So that might turn some people off, but I thought it was very, again, it ties in with the world. It ties in with this almost backstory and lore, and leaves a lot of questions to be asked. Overall, Freaks is now on Netflix. It's an interesting story, very low, under the budget type story. I'm kind of almost kicking myself for not seeing it earlier. With it featuring this intriguing story that morphs over the course of the story, interesting world, interesting details, and kind of what is going on with solid performances, but maybe some things being a little unbelievable for some other people. I would highly recommend checking out Freaks. Again, I turned on the Netflix and I was like, what am I gonna watch tonight? Boom, this pops up. I clicked on it. Hour and 45 minutes later, I am here recording this review because I was blown away by this movie. I very much enjoyed this one. In closing, I'm gonna give Freaks 4.2 out of 5. What's going on? So what did you guys think of Freaks? If you've actually already seen this film, you're on top of this one, or now you're very much going to seek this out this weekend, this week, or sometime in the future. Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways though, as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos up there or right over there. You know, brand new stuff every single week. I'm probably going to try to do an ending explained poorly for Freaks. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to be on South by Southwest depending on when this posts. So follow all of my tweets and live tweeting and movie coverage from there. Follow all of my social media. Subscribe to the JBuck Studios channel. And until next time, we'll see you later.